Hi everyone, it's Jeff from Mitosu Crafts. Thank you for joining me today for the Global Stampin Video Hop with the theme of embossing folders. Today I'll be sharing with you the Sweet Citrus Hybrid Embossing Folder with the alternating dies. So this cuts and embosses the cardstock at the same time, and I'll be using the sentiment and flowers and leaves from the Sweet Citrus stamp set. And this comes as a bundle from the Mini Catalogue until April 2023. My cardstock is basically quite thick, measuring 21 centimeters by 14, or that is 8¼ by 5½. I've got a layer of basic white, 10 centimeters by 13.5, or 1/4 inch smaller than the card front, and just basic white for stamping. So I'll be sharing how to watercolor the embossed image as well. So let's get started. I'll start off by embossing the layer 1 basic white cardstock. So just plain embossing, and because it's a 3D embossing folder, you'll need your plate 1 and plate 4 for your cut and emboss machine. So as you can see, it embosses it nicely. For the second one, we're gonna die cut and emboss the basic white card as well. So with this one, where the logo is, open it up, you place the die at the back of that logo, and it should slot in. There you go, it's slotted in, and place a piece of card onto there. So I'll just put that in, and I'll cut and emboss it. So now you can see it cut and embossed. You can use this for another card, but we're gonna concentrate on these images or with these embossed card pieces. So I'm gonna turn them into oranges. So the ink pads that you'll need are Mango Melody and Pumpkin Pie, and a spritzer and water painter. So get an ink block, ink up each end, and we're gonna spritz the cardstock with water. Pick up the inks and color with your water painter, and once it's still wet, it will bleed the colors and create a watercolor effect. So just follow along those embossed lines. So I'm using pumpkin pie on the outer edges, and once it's dry, you can go over it again. Okay, add a bit of water. If once that gets dried, just add a bit more water with your water painters, and this spritzing the cardstock just helps it to spread out a lot quicker. Once you've laid down your initial color, pick out a more concentrated color and just randomly choose different areas to cover. So it gives it more depth and different colors in different areas. So as you can see, that started to bleed out. That's fine. I will add a bit more orange on the outer edges just to strengthen those colors around. And because it is basic white, the cardstock does dry a lot quicker than watercolor paper. There we go. So I'm just gonna carry on doing the other elements, and I'm gonna fast forward the video. Okay. We're independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrators based in the UK, so if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, Netherlands, Belgium, or Ireland, you'll be able to purchase current Stampin' Up! Products from our online shop. Do you use the current host code, which can be found on our website at mitosocrafts.com, to receive a handmade card from us the following month, or any extra gifts if your order qualifies. I've got another piece of basic white thick for this cardstock, and I'm just gonna spritz that with water. And we're gonna stamp the flowers in polished pink whilst the cardstock is still wet. So it spreads out and it makes it look watercolor. Do that again. So I'm just gonna spritz a bit more. There you go. And we can die cut that once it's dried. For the leaves, I have gone ahead and stamped it in evening evergreen and granny apple green and die cut that. Here we have the leaves as well as the flowers already die cut. So now we can construct our card. So for the basic white card base, I'm just gonna stick down the embossed piece flat on the card base. Now we can add our elements to the card front. Now you can just follow the embossed pieces and put it on top, but I've gone ahead and white embossed my sentiment on black cardstock and used the middle stitch stylus shapes die to die cut that. So I want that to put on there, and I'm just gonna lay these elements around the sentiment, something like that. And also I'm gonna add a pool party ribbon just underneath. So I'll place that in first using tear and tape. And add this on using dimensional in the center, so I can insert the elements around and just use Tombow. And with the leaves, I'm just gonna insert that as well. Finally, add the flowers. And then cut off the excess using paper snips. To finish up the design, we can use the loose frosted dots. Check out the description below for the product links, as well as the next video link in the hop. There we go, that is my card for the Global Stampin Video Hop using the Sweet Citrus bundle with the hybrid embossing folder, stamp set, and dies. I've created a second card, and this one I actually watercolored on the first layer using the same colors for the oranges and shaded spruce for the leaves. And I also heat embossed the sentiment, but embossed and die cut it with the hybrid embossing folder and dies for the shape of the orange. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to your crafty friends. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time, bye!